Hey YouTubers, so you guys saw my video the other day where Kanji and I were talking about the various ways they could bring back Broly into Dragon Ball and kind of make it good, you know, what type of stories they can tell with this character in order to make it the best thing possible. But we did go off into a little bit more of a different tangent that I separated and put in this video. You guys saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. We're going to be talking about what this whole thing, bringing Broly into Dragon Ball Super, into the canon of the show, what it means, and how we're just kind of feeling a little bit off about it. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoy the video. Please make sure to share your thoughts and opinions as we discuss, or maybe just right now before we get started. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please subscribe to Kanji. Please subscribe to me. It's been real. I know. There's no rhyme or reason to it, and it's fine, But, you know, if anything of this very long video, this could be my small little rant about Broly. It's just, it doesn't make a lot of sense story-wise, marketing-wise. It's brilliant. I mean, the guy was trending the other day, so yeah, I mean, obviously people really love him, especially the casual fans. And I think, as I've told you in private, and I've said a couple times in videos recently, Dragon Ball is going to need something to kind of kick it back into gear. I know that Dragon Ball Super was one of the biggest things that was going on when it was on, and it was making tons and tons of money, but they went on hiatus. If they're going to bring this show back, if they're going to keep doing movies or something, they need Frieza's coming back. They need Trunks' coming back in order to get people back on board. And quite frankly, they already did both of those. The only character they have left that is so unbelievably popular and not part of an everyday Dragon Ball experience is Broly. And so that's why when I see this, I'm a little bit cynical, because I know Toriyama can come in and say, yeah, this is what I wanted to do, or this is how I wanted Broly to go. I didn't want it to do that. I didn't want him to be in it in the past, but this is me putting my stamp on it, and this is the definitive Broly. It kind of rings as untrue. To me, it seems like, well, this is the next step. This is what people want. We're going to give it to them. And, you know, just do your best instead of finding like a real creative, interesting perspective on it and thinking, oh, I can really tell that story. I think it's just a cash grab. That's fine. That's what it is. I'm fine with it. But like he said, it's kind of hard when you're an avid fan of this. You cover it and all this other stuff. You're like, I wish that they would have found a different way.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be honest, mate, I hate to agree with something that sounds quite like, you know, morbid like that at the end, but it's true, because I mean, like, just look at it. Toei did a fantastic job with the original Bardock special, and then when Toriyama decided, you know what, I love Bardock so much, I'm going to find a way to incorporate the character into the manga canon, and I'm going to make Dragon Ball Minus. And he just messed a load of stuff up when he made Dragon Ball Minus. Whether it was because he didn't have his continuity checker going through it all or whatever, then, you know, fine. But it doesn't really matter. It just takes away from the fact that that's what we're left with. And that, you know, it chucks into the extra flavor that the chances are that the Bardock we're going to get in this movie is going to be the Dragon Ball Minus Bardock, and not actually the Bardock that a load of people have come to know and love, which is going to be quite jarring for a lot of the fans that aren't aware of Dragon Ball Minus, because a lot of the massive Broly fans are quite casual fans of Dragon Ball. I keep going to say friends. But, you know, it's the thing that kind of worries me about this, is if this is a film more aimed at the casual fan, then aren't you going to alienate a lot of the casual fans by changing Broly and showing the Dragon Ball Minus Bardock, and then also having the hardcore fans disappointed because they don't like Broly, and the fact that, like, you know, Toriyama hasn't told the greatest stories over the last 5 years or so.
I mean, he's had sprints of brilliance, I think, and that's as best as I can say, and that's why I do have some hope. I think that he might have been working on this for a while, and we can see where it goes. And I think, regardless of whether it's good or bad, there's going to be some stuff in there that you just absolutely can't get over. It just makes it probably one of the, you know, worst experience of your modern Dragon Ball days. And then there's going to be a couple of things in there, I'm sure of it, that are going to be so informative, and we're going to sit here after the movie comes out and think, why couldn't they have just given us that? Like, why couldn't they have just gone in that direction? this whole time, because that would have set so many interesting things up. And that's really the best I could say about it. I think Broly is a fine choice for bringing Dragon Ball Super back from what is essentially the grave right now. And it's weird to say that because, I mean, it's still such a big property and it's going to keep making money, but the fandom, the hype around it that was once there for the Tournament of Power, the Future Trunks arc, is going to go away and has gone away because they don't have that weekly reminder, that weekly schedule that forces them or compels them to keep watching. And
there are two things I do want to chuck in quickly right now, is the fact that I think there is a reason that they are doing this besides cash, because when you think about it, if they were just going for the cash value of it, what they would have done is they would have named this movie Dragon Ball Z Broly. And I know it's been, that's kind of been done before with a bit more of, a sort of well thought out title. But they went to the effort to make sure that this was billed as Dragon Ball Super Broly. And a lot of the reason I think they're doing that is because they're not done with the Dragon Ball Super brand name. I think what they want to do realistically is they actually like to see how far they can go with the Dragon Ball Super name. And the reason to get eyes on the product, I know as we were both agreeing a minute ago, is the fact that Dragon Ball Super has done very well since it started. But this is another way of them getting lots of attention drawn to it. How are we going to make people that were once disheartened by the beginning of Dragon Ball Super and gave up with it, how are we going to bring them back? I know, let's give them Broly, because most of the people that tuned out are the people that were the casual fans of Dragon Ball Z, and then went, oh, this isn't what I remember, so they just stopped watching. And if they're bringing Broly back, but this is billed as Dragon Ball Super, this is going to get a lot of people's eyes on the product. And to move on from that, the other point that I want to mention is the fact that you'd mentioned hopefully he's been working on this for a while. Well, when the actual notes came out from Dragon Ball Super before, when they started talking about a lot of the character designs, I think this happened just after Dragon Ball Super ended, or just before it was about to end. And they started coming out with the talk. They were talking about who designed Kale and who designed Caulifla, and it turned out that Toei's idea, and Toei designed Kale, and it was actually Toriyama that saw this because Toei wanted to do it because they wanted to somehow bring Broly into the franchise, and so Toriyama decided to create Caulifla to go with Kale. And with that in mind, it makes me wonder if he had something to do with naming the form the Berserk form, because of that, wanting to sort of take away from the name Legendary Super Saiyan and wanted to introduce this other sort of, this other side to it. Because we do know Toriyama has loved throwing forms at us over the last few years. And so it does sound like something he would do. And with that being in mind, it does make me wonder as if that was just the purpose. He did say in this interview that he was approached with the pitch of this movie, and I think he said May 2017, and he'd been working on it since then. So with that in mind, it's plenty of time for him to have done it before they started animating the thing.
Mm-hmm. And that's all we can really hope for. I mean, if you take enough time with an idea and you redevelop it in your head and write it down, and the guy has a good work ethic. You can't really say that. You can't say he doesn't. But if he's willing to take the time with it, I think we're going to get something really special. What I hope, though, just in recent memory, I hope it's more Battle of Gods than Fakatsu no F.
I think everybody's hoping that.
And if it is, I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief and actually really enjoy this movie. I think regardless, I'm going to watch it. I think most people will, and we can think about it then. But this whole video was just a reaction to it, and also, like, how do you do Broly well? I don't know. I have a couple ideas that are kind of half drawn out because we just learned about it yesterday. But, I'm sure that you can if you come up with enough things during enough time and refine it just enough. And I think at that point, we might get something special. But with that being said, guys, I want you all to go down to the comment section below and share your thoughts and opinions, not only on the pitches that we gave here and ideas to use Broly in this movie, or maybe even any upcoming series or other movies or anything else like that. And at the same time, go down to the comment section and tell us which one you liked better. The description section below will also give you a link to Kanji's site. Please go make sure to subscribe to him. The guy makes some awesome content. You're not going to want to miss the Fusion Challenges.
Thank you, Mark Sama. Sorry.
Okay. So you're not going to want to miss any of those. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. It's been real, guys.
Oh, that was a nice outro.